Intel keeps giving us free performance.
Microsoft wants to give you a big hug.
Oh my goodness, and Nvidia is gonna bear hug somebody who did this. This is incredible. Your GPU, you're not ready for it. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're gonna be going over the hottest tech news that I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. And we're gonna talk about something that was just discovered about Intel's latest driver updates. We talked in yesterday's episode of Hot News about how faster performance in DX11, these A770 GPUs that don't get installed into PCs run almost 20% faster in DX11 games when it comes to being smoother, 11% faster when it just comes to regular gameplay. But turns out there was a hidden little boosty, which took people a few seconds to find because not a lot of people have these cards, but I told you we did. I told you we had an A380 in the office. Right here, we have an Arc A380, and Intel made this faster. They overclocked it with the latest driver update. Yeah, if we install it, get everything going, it'd be faster. So they added an extra 150 megahertz to the latest A380 because it flashes a new firmware update to bring it from 2 gigahertz to 2.15 gigahertz.
Honestly, free performance, I'll take it.
Free performance. They found the overhead, they added it in. You can now get that. You agree to a little firmware update on the A380 and your GPU is going a little bit faster. And in case you want to upgrade to the A380 or get rid of yours, however you want to slice it, you should check out today's video sponsor, Jawa, because they will buy your GPUs directly from you, whether you're looking to upgrade from, an A380 to something like an A770, or if you want to switch on over from Team Blue over to Team Green, Jawa will buy your GPU directly from you. You put in what GPU you have, they'll give you an offer, you can choose to sell it to them for your latest upgrade, so you can avoid the classifieds, you don't have to necessarily go through a bunch of hassle, and then you're off to the races with making sure that you're now ready and suited for your next PC upgrade, or potentially, I don't know, you pay Reece. You guys want to give Reece money that you did selling your GPU to Jawa? It's super simple. You sell directly to Jawa with no hassle. Check them out at the link in the video description. Big thanks to Jawa for sponsoring today's video. Now, Reece, oh boy, do you want to talk about this one? You were so excited about this.
I just like the way it looks. Why has nobody done this? It's the easiest answer that Microsoft could have done to Sony's swappable PS5 plates.
Yes.
You take the cover and it goes around your Xbox.
So
easy.
We gotta give people context, Reece. So you have things like on the PlayStation 5, the little plates that swap in and out. We have the D-brand dark plates on this PlayStation 5 right here. And up until now, your only option on the Xbox was doing something like this, slapping a vinyl skin on it, which
still looks great.
Yeah, D-brand vinyl skin. I like it. D-brand's not sponsoring. But now there's Xbox official skins, wraps. They're called wraps, I think, officially.
Yeah. Kyler mentioned it being like an iPad case, and I feel like that's the best description of it. Just show them the video.
Okay, so Xbox announcing a couple different versions of this bad boy, with the first announcement being the Starfield little wrap that's coming out. The
NASA
price
Core.
point, NASA Core is the design that's going on here. You can see that it kind of just folds over. It'll attach to the Xbox and make it so that it looks a new way and actually isn't incompatible with my D-brand vinyl. I could just slap that on and magnetically locks, and then it's easy to just have a beautifully functional Xbox Series X sitting on your mantelpiece. Now the price point of this is $50 and it's not coming out until November, which is weird. Very late. So they have 3 different colors you can get. You get the Starfield version, the mineral camo, or the Arctic camo, and they're about $45 to $50, but considering something like the D-brand vinyl is $45, it's a great deal for trying to change up the look of what you got on your Xbox. I personally like it. I think that this design scheme that Starfield's come out with, just goodness.
I want it on everything.
Yes, keep giving us this NASA Core design. Let me know what you think of the Series X console wraps down below in the comments while we let you know that it's time for deals.
And hey, deals.
Here, I'm gonna intimidate you for all of the deals. I'm just gonna stand over you and look at you like this.
I'm slightly intimidated, but let's go. Because first up, we have the InnoGear low profile Micom, which is a nice alternative to Elgato's $80 Micoms that we personally love. This one just doesn't have the cable routing, but for only $29.99 with the coupon, it's a nice little budget alternative.
That's real cheap.
It's real cheap.
That's budget for sure.
But then next up, we have the Gigabyte H610M.
See, now that's low end.
Intel LGA 1700 Micro ATX motherboard going for only $79 $2.99, making it $20 off.
You did a typo. You
I
gave
did
it $2 signs, which means it's more expensive.
Yeah, it's twice that. And then lastly, we have the Be Quiet Pure Base 500DX Mid-Tower ATX case, available in black for only $99.90, which is $15.09 off. It gets you 2 included Be Quiet cases, and I don't know what this guy's doing.
You mean fans, not cases.
Okay, this is distracting. It's like, you guys seen the movie It?
No.
Where he's just dancing?
I saw the original one with Tim Curry when I was way too young for it, but not the most recent one.
I'm getting the same kind of intimidation vibes. But with that, the deals are done. You can find these and more linked in the video description down below. But until next time, I'm going to draw back to Pennywise over here. Intimidation.
I was going for distraction towards the end there. Seemed to have worked. Great deals, Reece, but can you not do the deal of leaking all of our data to the public?
A little too late.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's also a little too late for Tesla because it turns out 75,000 employees got their data leaked, and it turns out it was an inside job.
Uh-oh.
It's being reported that 2 former Tesla employees misappropriated the information of Tesla's internal data and made it so that they leaked a whole bunch of stuff on their employees.
Whoopsies.
Tesla has sued them over the breach, and we'll keep you updated on how this proceeds, but it doesn't appear like it affects customers at the current moment. But nefarious actors getting in on the inside of Tesla. And nefariously, doesn't work for a segue, Threads getting their own website this week. Like, I guess that's more they were not able, incompetence, right? But not really. It wasn't like,
I feel like an app is harder to make than a website.
I don't know. I'm not a physicist. I couldn't
No,
tell
that's
you.
fair.
Threads getting its own website later this week, which is good because the app kind of,
Who's still using it?
not many people. I think Threads was a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
And-
People were desperate.
We'll see how it moves forward. And people were desperate to get out of Nvidia's grip where they were locking things down when it comes to their graphics cards. And no longer, for the first time in years, you can finally get BIOS modding back on Nvidia GPUs.
Well, it's been a hot minute.
It has. It has been an incredibly long time, and it's one of the reasons why people tend to like AMD or Intel, because there's just more modifications that you could potentially do. But NVIDIA required driver signing in a way that made it so you couldn't mod GPUs. And now, according to Tech Power Up, there are 2 tools that are available. There's one called OMG vFlash, which works really well on Turing architecture or previous, so RTX 20 series or backwards. And then there's the other one, NVFlash K, which allows you to basically flash whatever you want. So they are saying that this is the riskiest one to use because it will attempt to flash anything to the BIOS on your graphics card. That includes BIOS or not BIOS things. That includes actually good modifications to make your GPU run faster, or malware that will infect your system.
Yeah.
It can turn your 4090 into the fastest version it could ever be, or it can turn it into a nice little coaster. It's your choice. Which is the risk always with BIOS modding? You could potentially break the entire system. This is not necessarily something that you likely will go ahead and do at home if you value things like your warranty or your peace of mind while it's happening, because guess what happens if the power goes out and you don't have it on a battery backup? Coaster time, baby!
That would be a terrible waste for 4090, but I've seen worse.
Yes, but this is remarkable simply because NVIDIA does not want this to happen. They have been very much fighting against people actually modifying the BIOS, but this means great things for the enthusiast hardcore overclocking market. It also means great things for people who want to develop their own little setups for their BIOSes and make it run however they want.
Where's the fire setting?
That's called the 16-pin power connector. Yeah! Got it. So BIOS modding can give you control over a whole bunch of things, the voltages you want to use, the cooling performance, the fan curve, all baked into the actual BIOS. And that's why a lot of GPUs even have a little switch to switch between 2 different BIOSes. But it's a good thing NVIDIA is getting hacked in this way because it gives you, the consumer, a little bit more freedom over their product, which, again, they hate, because then that means you're not going to be tempted to buy the next version that came out because you made yours work the way you wanted it to.
Make them mad. Don't do this.
You don't have to do it. I'm just saying, just enjoy the fact that it exists. Having options is a good thing. I like the fact that I can change my bootloader on Android, even though I'm never going to.
Exactly.
I also use an iPhone. We'll see you back here for Hot News tomorrow.